so I don't get any copyright infringements. Already gotten kudos. So every class period is video. This group is my only academic level pre-cal class, so they're videoed every single day. This class is videoed every single day. This is a different section, but this is if your kid is gone, whether it's a college thing, a retreat thing, a sickness, whatever it is. And seniors miss a lot, and that's okay. I mean, it's what it is. But when they miss, their responsibility is to pull up the daily video. They have their notes, and it's just like being in class. I mean, you see me standing up here talking and putting problems on the board. So there's really no reason for a child to fall behind, as long as he's not so sick that he can't watch the videos and everything. So when they're out, they need to find the time to watch the video and stay up to speed, because pre-cal stops for no one. We just keep plowing ahead because we have a lot of math to cover to get them ready for the next step. My name is Lisa Ford. This is my 42nd year at Cathedral, 4-2. My last period, I had 4 kids in here that I taught. I know I'm teaching their children, but there were 4 of them that I taught, which is fun. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for making the investment in Cathedral. I know it's a huge investment. It's huge. And the fact that you trust us with your kid is pretty humbling, and I want to thank you for that. I promise you, you're going to get my very best every single day. Won't be perfect. I'm going to make you mad. I'm going to make your kids mad, probably a lot, but I'm going to do my very best every day to help them become the best, most confident mathematicians that they can be. My job is twofold. I want them to learn the math, but I want them to believe in themselves so that when they hit something that's hard, and pre-calculus will have its hard moments, that instead of saying, I can't do this, they dig in and fight through it. Because I'm going to be here every morning. We have office hours, and I'll be here tomorrow morning too, and they know that. They can come in, and we'll sit down and plow through whatever they need to get through. Right, it's okay. I would yell at your kid, but I'm not going to yell at you. Okay, now, we have, if I can find it, we have a lot of math to learn. I try to help the kids stay focused. They have a lot going on in their lives. So I know the other night, we had a very late volleyball game. I know my own kids participated in stuff. If you're in theater or you're in any sport, there are nights when you don't even get home until 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Then you gotta eat, you're exhausted, then you got homework I get it, I totally get it. To alleviate that a little bit, I have really backed off the last few years on the volume of homework. So the homework your kids have, my goal is it's quality. They have 1 page per section. So for the first section of the chapter, they have 1 page of problems. And I've gone through and I've picked out what I think are the very key things that they have to know. Then in Schoology, I have put supplemental problems if they need more practice. Those are not required. They can do them. I put the answers in there. They can come into office hours and we can talk about them, but their only required homework is that 1 page of problems per section. If we finish a section on Monday, that homework isn't due until Wednesday. I give them an extra day in case of the volleyball thing or the play practice or whatever it is. So there really is no excuse for late homework. If they have tried every problem to the best of their ability, they're going to get 10 out of 10. I want to discourage cheating. I want them to try the problems, think about them, work on them themselves. The answers are always right up here. They can come in anytime and look at the answers. They can come into office hours and I'll work through the problems with them. I want them to try and think about them on their own. And they'll get 10 out of 10 if they do that. Now, I grade the homework. So when they may get 10 out of 10, but they may have missed, 3 out of 7 problems. that's when they really need to get in here to figure out what they missed. Because on test day, remember, the homework is the problems I feel are the most important. Those are gonna be on the test. So they need to know how to do those. So it's okay if you miss it in your homework, that's your practice. But test day is game day. You gotta be on it. And so they need to get in here and get some help. Okay? So encourage them, please. I know with seniors, I know how hard it is to get in here, since they drive themselves and everything. Make them come in. And then, I was gonna say something else. Oh, our schedule, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this, is not conducive, it's not the best schedule for mathematics. Math is an everyday practice thing. So, if your kid doesn't have math every day, I would just think it was wonderful if you would say to your kid, if he's sitting around watching TV, hey, get out your math notes, spend 10 minutes just looking through them. You don't have to do any problems, just look through them to keep that fresh in your mind. Because when I see them today, and I don't see them again until Monday, that's a big deal for these kids. In that meantime, they have practices, there's a football game, there's SAT on Saturday. I mean, there's a lot they have. And so Monday comes and they're like, what? And we don't have time to back up. We just gotta keep going. So they need to spend those off days just at least looking at it. I encourage them to work together. So if your kids have a study group, I think that's magnificent. But in that study group, every child should be participating. It shouldn't be you're doing the work and you're copying it. It has to be a true collaborative effort. To help them, I went ahead and ran off what I handed them out today, just so you could get an idea. We have a quiz next time. And before we take a quiz or a test, I try to focus their energy a little bit. So this is a practice quiz, which we have almost every time. And they will, I always use scratch paper, so I apologize for what's on the back. But we went through these problems in class today. We did them, they're on video, they can practice these again. When they come in to take their quiz in our next class period, it will be probably not all 7 of these. I have different versions of the quiz, so you might have 1, 3, and 7, and you have 2, 4, and 6, and so on. But these are the things that they're going to be quizzed over. So when they walk in, there shouldn't be any anxiety, right? We know this is what we need to know. So if we've practiced and we've done, our part, then we should be okay. Obviously, there's office hours too. They can come in. If I went too fast through problem number 3, then get in here and let's work through problem number 3, and make sure you're comfortable with that. Okay, I feel like I'm rushing. Your kids will come home sometimes and say Mrs. Ford's mean. I need to clarify that. I don't really consider, who considers himself a mean person, right? But I try really hard not to be mean. But I am paid to do a job, and part of my job is to enforce the rules. And so I will write your child up, send him out if necessary, if if he hasn't made the right choices. So if they're in uniform, no headphones, got their homework done, they don't put their head down on the desk, if they do all the right things, we are going to get along magnificently, because that's what I expect of them. So if they come home and say, she's so mean, ask them what happened. And chances are it's, I had the wrong shoes on, or something, and they might say their earlier teacher didn't care or whatever. Maybe their earlier teacher didn't notice it, I don't know, but I noticed it. And when I notice it, I'm gonna call you on it, because isn't that what I'm paid to do? Yep. So, be careful when they say I'm mean. I think that's it. We have a test coming up. The kids know about it. And they have a review sheet already for the test. It's not quite as, this is like an actual quiz with answer blanks and everything. The review sheet is more like just a whole bunch of problems, and we'll go through those, to help them get ready for their test. But that's coming up. Does anyone have any questions for me?
What's your phone policy?
None. 0. No need for it. No need for it. So right now, this class is on kind of a lockdown because we had 2 people abuse it the same day, and I just got mad. And so now when they come in, they put their phones face down, turn them off, and put them face down right here, so I can see them if they grab it and do something. And they'll have to do that until they prove to me they have some self-control. We don't need a phone. Okay? All right, have a great day, thank you.
So these they also have Mitchell Cooper.
Oh, okay, oh yeah.
It was Braden texting.
Now, Mitchell's not in this class.
He's not in this.